Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. And welcome back to the Operation Hill 100 channel where we do what? Focus on healing, humor, and hot motherfucking topics. Aren't you guys proud of me? Aren't you guys proud of me? Because I've been busting out these videos for Joseline's Cabaret. I've been doing my reviews. I've been doing my lit at sixes. I've been making it happen, ladies and gentlemen. And I know you guys, if you didn't, please make sure to tune in to Jocelyn Cabaret's California season 6, episode 3 review. I recorded kind of late last night. I did some promotion for it this morning. I mean, last night and this morning, but I don't know if you guys went to see. So please click on the video and check out my review of episode number 3 because we're actually right now about to review episode number 4. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jocelyn's Cabaret, California, season 6, episode 4, and the name of the episode is called Love Hate Relationships. All right. The episode resumes with the cabaret lady still trying to get at Gypsy because remember she attacked Erica Mena. So they all chasing her around and trying to fight her and all of this nonsense, right? And she's first of all, Gypsy was drunk. Gypsy was drunk, and when she saw that they was not playing with her ass, she sobered the fuck up real quick and was ready to get out of there. So she was telling them, like, listen, I'm not gonna be getting my ass beat this whole time while I'm here. So I tell you what, it's either y'all gonna get me a hotel or I'm gonna get my own because I might be in over my head in this particular type of show. This ain't my speed. So she said, I'ma just exit stage left. She gave her little spiel. Listen, this is not for me. I did what I could. I'ma holla at y'all. Peace out. But what she did say on the exit was, all of y'all hoes that jump me, please notice y'all gonna have to give me my ones and my fade when I see y'all, and I'm gonna watch this show and clock every one of y'all motherfucking T. So I was like, oh, okay, girl, all right. So Gypsy is gone, she's no longer on the show, right? So some of the ladies get to congregating in the house, and they talking about like, oh my God, tonight was crazy, and then you see Drea. You see Drea nut ass come out and she's all suited and booted in her ninja gear. She got this onesie on with a mask. And basically she's telling the newbies, like, listen, if y'all is not ready for what took place tonight, then y'all not ready for the cabaret. Because this is what goes on in the cabaret. So the newbies is looking like the fuck, right? So then they started inquiring. They was like, well, let me ask some questions, right? Because we see that one thing about you and Danny, y'all will back out a big fight and then y'all will go back to like that never happened. What is that all about? And Dre was like, exactly what you see. We can fight and then we'll go back to kissing and tripping at night when we in love again. So the new girls was looking like, absolutely not. We don't like that. We don't want to be a part of that. And that's not cool to us. But it's pretty much plain to a duck to see that that's what's going to get done between those two. And it seems like that's how they lasted that long. I believe they eat each other, then they both eat Jocelyn. Anywho, in the next scene, Des, oh God, Des, I'm not gonna lie, you got on my nerves a little bit. I was trying to low-key root for you initially when it came back on because I felt like, you know, Jocelyn, for whatever reason, is picking on you and you trying to prove yourself. But I think trying to prove yourself this episode kind of went too far for me and it annoyed me. But you was using Erica Mena to do so. So I'm like, okay, girl, I hear you. She was saying Erica Mena's her home girl, and that's why she kept diving on Gypsy. And it was like, girl, just sit down and shut up. And then it also seemed like no shade, Des. It sounded like you just came from wherever you're from because your English is terrible. You putting B's where it's supposed to be B's and B's where it's supposed to be C's, and absolutely not, right? So anywho, she's outside. She's still riled up. Erica's trying to calm her down because Erica's her right hand. But then she decides to confront Chinks. And one thing I do like about Chinks, they can say whatever they want about Chinks, but Chinks gonna fight. Chinks is going to fight. At any time it's supposed to get down, Chinks is going to get down. She don't mind fighting, and she's not a bad fighter. So anyway, she confronts Chinks because apparently on the last season, they had a fight at the reunion. I couldn't really understand what the fight was about, right? I can't even really understand what the fuck Des is saying. Anyway, so Des was basically trying to say, like, yo, from that situation, are we good? So Chinks was like, girl, I don't give a fuck about that. That was last season. What I give a fuck about now is when I was over there beating T-Love ass, you was on the side saying that I was too big and doofy to be slapping and spitting and throwing and punching when I was fighting T-Love. You said that this season. What the fuck that have to do with you? Is you cool, ho? Ho, is you cool? So Des was trying to say, but I'm talking about last season. Chinks was trying to say, no, bitch, I'm talking about right now. And they just started going back and forth. Erica was in the middle like, listen, Des, you're drunk, and I think Chinks won't beat the dog shit out you, and I'm pussy and can't help you. So I think you should just let this go, right? So she was trying to be the peacemaker. Then eventually she finally got Des to move along, right? So then they show Joseline, and she's over there with Erica, and she's still emotional because she can't believe that Gypsy would try to dive on her friend on her set, and she wants Erica to know that she's safe with her, and this would never happen, and she planned this and all this bullshit. Joseline crying. And I'm looking at Joseline like, girl, shut the fuck up. We know you just know you're a grimy ass bitch, and Erica probably could think that about you. And also, Erica was on some like, I get it. Like, I know what's up. I know what happened. You know what I see with Erica? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm low key getting a kick out of seeing it. Reality TV and all of the shit that Erica that went through these last couple of years humbled her ass. It humbled her ass. Because I'm gonna tell you something, Erica was a piece of fucking work. I could not stand her on Love and Hip Hop. She was a piece of work. She was fucking with Olivia. She was fucking with Kim Bella. She was a piece of work, a troublemaker. And I think all this, I remember she fucked over Santana. Girl, just a piece of work. Just a piece of work. And what it looked like is between Safari, Bow Wow, and all these other situations, your ass then got humbled. You didn't got humbled now. So now she on some, no, I get it, Jocelyn. Don't worry. And Jocelyn was like, no, but I just really don't like that because I don't want you to think like I set nothing like that up. She's like, Jocelyn, it's all good. It's all good. So now the girls is trying to come over because they want to make sure that Jocelyn know that they held it down. So first Egypt and T Love come out. And Jocelyn is praising them like, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all holding Erica down, blah, 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 blah. Then Des drunk ass comes out. And Erica in a damn near tongue kiss. Oh, I appreciate you. No, because I love you, mami, masita, palita, bandita, cocharanca, and all this fucking buchata, and all that bullshit, right? I think they be tripping, right? So then Neek comes out and Jocelyn is happy and all this bullshit, right? Then they all take their behinds the bed, right? So the next morning, Jocelyn and Ballistic is up and they touching base. And Jocelyn is basically telling Ballistic like how she appreciate the ladies holding Erica down. And, you know, even though they don't do that shit for her, at least they, and you know how she is, at least they was able to do it for her friend and yada, 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 right? One thing I don't like about Jocelyn, because I've seen this with Mimi, whenever she get a hard on for somebody, she pick on them for every little thing. And that irritates me. It's one thing to not like a person. It's another thing to bully that person. And I could see that, what's her name? What's his girl name? Isis? Yeah, you the one, girl. You the one, right? I don't like Isis neither, but I also don't like bullying. So Jocelyn is getting on my nerves with that. But anyway, she just telling Ballistic once again she don't like Isis and she won't make that bitch prove herself and she wants her to go and she can't stomach her and all this. And Ballistic is pretty much like, okay, girl, did you see the new girls dance? Because we want to know, can these hoes dance? Can they shake their ass? And how much can they bounce on this ding-a-lang? That's what I want you to make sure. So she's like, no, I'm going today to check out, you know, how they dance and what's going on because I haven't seen it yet. And also I want to wean out the non-dancers because the cabaret got to be lit. So then they start talking about Lemmy's idea to bring the strip club to life. And, you know, Ballistic is very impressed. Jocelyn is very excited, yada, yada, yada. So she's like, okay, babe, I got to go. I got to go handle this business. Thank you for supporting me. I love you. I'm a rose. He's like, okay, I'm going to talk to you later. Here, Jocelyn on the way out. You should be sucking my coochie. Jocelyn! Jocelyn! Y'all should have did that before y'all started filming. Come on, but I was cracking. I said, Jocelyn is crazy. She will say anything out that goddamn mouth. So anyway, they're up because remember it's the next morning. So some ladies is gathered in the kitchen. And I see my girl Lexi Gold. I had just realized that Lexi Gold wasn't at the all black pool party the night before. I didn't even realize that until I seen her at this moment in the kitchen, right? So she was saying that she had to go to the eye doctor because she had a scratch on her cornea from when she was fighting with. No, Stephanie, I can't answer. Let me put on my phone to not disturb. Sorry, y'all. Did that kick me out? I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, she was like how when she was fighting with Trinks. She was like she scratched on the cornea, so she couldn't really do anything. I mean, she couldn't attend the party because they told her to sit that one out, right? So then they start talking about if there's any ladies in the house that they don't really care for, right? And Neek was saying, well, I personally want to peek at Love because Gypsy had ratted on Love on a sprinter coming over when they first got there, saying that Love had said fuck the OGs, right? So she was like, I want to, you know, basically see what that's about. Love, and I can't think of the other young lady's name, was in the other room having a conversation, and Love was just saying how sometimes she be clicking the fuck out and she just there to try to really do her thing because she don't want to click the fuck out, but if she click the fuck out, it's up and it's stuck. And the other girl was like, you got to stay focused, baby. You got to do what you got to do. You here for a reason to dance and to get the $50,000, right? Egypt and T Love was in another room, and them two was talking in thongs. I would never understand this, and I guess maybe because hey, I just got an ass, who knows, and because it's not really my thing, right? In settings where there are only women, I don't feel the need to dress sexy, and I don't know if that's only me, right? You guys can let me know, is that something that women do? Because I noticed, like, if you guys ever noticed, say if girls be like, oh, we having an all girls sleepover, and then you'll see it's all girls, but in all it's lingerie. Unless I'm guessing you're a lesbian, there would really be no need for lingerie around a group of women. So anyway, when T Love and Egypt was linking with each other, they had on thongs and crop tops. And my whole thing was, unless y'all trying to look sexy for security or for the cameras, then why are y'all dressed like this to sit down and have a conversation, right? So anywho, they sitting there talking. And Egypt is a troublemaker. Egypt is a troublemaker because she got that shit started with T Love and what's his girl name? And Chinks outside, and here she go bringing it up again. Yeah, so how you feel about that? So T Love was like, listen, the bitch said it's up and it's stuck, and it's up and it's stuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't mind fighting. And that's one thing I can give T Love. She doesn't mind fighting. I don't know if she thinks about winning, but she doesn't mind fighting. Anywho, so in Egypt, it asks all these questions again, being an nosy ass bitch, and she brings up the natural situation, right? So my concern about T Love and natural situation that's also making it a little scary for me is because T Love, you're saying that natural did something to your sister. You didn't admit that y'all jumped her, but you said your sister dived on her, right? She lost the fight apparently to the point she peed on herself, and you said at some point she apologized to the sister. T Love, what's your beef? What's your issue? If Natural did all of those things, what is your issue? And if your issue just is, I don't know, I don't like the fact that you even did anything to my sister, period, point blank, I got that. But what do you still want to fight for? Right? So anyway, she was just telling Egypt, listen, it's up and it's stuck. And I'm looking like, what's T, sis? Because I don't see what's really the issue if she told you, if she apologized to your sister and y'all beat the shit out of her, because it seems like y'all jumped her, right? So anywho, back to the kitchen where Lexi Gold and them was. Now Love and the other young lady joined Lexi Gold and them and Neek and them. And Neek is like, yeah, what's up, Love? We heard that you had said that it was fuck the OGs. Now, Love, I like you, girl. I like you and all your mental health issues, but I was a little disappointed with you right here, right? Because I felt like you was trying to backpedal and stand on business. You had to pick a side, sugar. You had to pick a side. You can't backpedal and stand on business. That's not the way that works. So if you were saying, yeah, I said it, then yes, you said it. You were saying, no, I didn't say it, but yes, I did. So Neek was like, sweetie, I'm confused. Did you say it or didn't you say it? Then you start saying people was putting words in your mouth, and she was saying, no, but tell me the words that was being put in your mouth. And then you would say, I didn't say that. She's like, no, you just said that. Like, it was very weird, but it was very weird because you were trying to backpedal and stand on it. Like, and you can't do both. It's either I'm backpedaling and lying, saying I didn't say it, or I'm standing on it saying I said it, and what the fuck y'all gonna do? Right? So that was kind of making me look at her like, what are you talking about? And I was making Neek look at you like, what are you talking about? So Neek shot a warning. She was like, listen, moving forward, beloved, just be clear. Love looked back and said, oh, no, baby. We don't do threats. We don't do threats. We don't do threats. She, oh, no, that's not a threat. Love was like, are you sure? Because it damn sure sounded like one. Okay, so I'm letting you know we don't do threats. Okay, so let's watch that, right? Because again, Neek, listen, Love looked like she laughing and joking until she not. And like she said, she's been through a lot. She's been through a lot. She's trying to be there and do what she got to do and win her little money, and you're not going to get in her way. And you probably one of her biggest ops because you won last year. So she's gunning for your spot. So, Nick, you could go ahead and play if you feeling froggy, but it looked like Love gonna leap every time. She ain't got nothing to lose, baby. And you might be the target. So you better be careful. Because she's like, sugar, we don't do threats. We don't do that. I was like, right, Love, get it together, right? But anyway, like I said, Love, you got to pick a side. You cannot stand on it and then backpedal, or backpedal and then stand on it. Like you had to pick a side. That was looking crazy, right? So then we had the next set of young ladies. They was up on a balcony outside, getting some of the nice weather. It was Isis, Natural, Chinks, G Baby, and Jane Doe, right? So then they start asking, I think it was Isis who asked. She was like, so Chinks, what's your deal with you and this girl? Like, why are you and T Love going at it? And T Love was like, well, really and truly, I didn't have no smoke with the bitch. My smoke was with Lexi, and it was old smoke, but I was still willing to follow up because Lexi said it was up in the stuff, right? So if it's up in the stuff, we gonna do what we do. She said she realized that T Love was on the side, just going off like a little chihuahua every minute, every minute, every minute, every minute. Shut the fuck up! Why you got so much smoke for me? And I'm not even talking to you. Like, what's your deal, bro? I got smoke with her. What is your deal? So she was like, once I noticed, okay, bitch, you directing your smoke to me. Okay, well, let me direct mine to you. So she said they started going back and forth. And again, she tried to spit at her, right? So she was like, well, so Isis was like, well, listen, I already know, hope y'all figure that out. But I'm just letting you know, if your beef is still with Lexi Go, you know that's my folks. So I'm gonna be in the background talking my shit. So Chink said, you're gonna be doing what? Make sure you do that from the background. Because if it ever comes to the front, you're gonna get dog walked. Got it? And Isis, you too thin to win. My son Chink's ready to box. One thing I could give her, she gonna get up there and she's gonna fight, right? So she love fucking know, right? So as they talking, I said shut the fuck up anyway. As they talking, some of the OGs into the building. So it was Danny, Drea, and girl. I cannot stand Ocean. I cannot stand Ocean. I cannot stand Ocean. Like, you irritate my soul. But anyway, apparently them three came out and Danny was saying that Danny wants to prove herself. Remember when the episode initially started, Joseline was jumping on Danny and Drea ass because she was feeling like they didn't hold her down with that whole Paris situation in Hennessy. So she was saying that, basically y'all bitches got to prove yourself, right? And they want to prove themselves. So I could see them now. Every time it's something with somebody in Joseline, they trying to jump on that person because they want to prove themselves to Joseline. So, Joseline is on Isis' ass. So when Danny came out, she was like, oh yeah, Isis, you got to give me my fade. And Isis was like, girl, I thought we solved this with your bony ass. She was like, no, girl, I want my fade because you disrespect the Puerto Rican princess. Isis was like, all right. Danny, I think, again, you remind me of T Love. I think you're willing to scuffle. I just don't know if you're conscious that you're not winning. But okay, girl, go in. So every time you fucking throw a blow, somebody spin you around and drop you down. Right? So it was like such a corny little fight. They both bony as hell. That looked crazy, but they got their little shit off. So they was like, she was like, why you want to fight me? I thought we deaded this and blah, 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 blah. And she was like, look, because the Puerto Rican princess. So Drea was like, listen. Have a seat. Let's talk. So she was like, you know how Joseline is, because Drea apparently said she liked Isis. They built a little rapport. She was like, listen, you know how Joseline is. You know you on her bad side. You know you got to suck her pussy and rub her nipples and lick ballistic balls and shave Melissa's hair in order to get back on her good side. Just do that so we don't have to beat you the fuck up, sis. Got it. No problem, right? So they was giving her the rundown. Because Drea, like, I like you. I want to see you stick around, bro. We got close in Paris, yada, 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 right? So then, next thing you fucking know, hold on, y'all. Hold on, give me one. All righty. I'm sorry, you guys. A little intermission ain't never hurt nobody. Now back to where I was. So apparently there was an issue with G Baby, who has been relatively quiet this whole time. I think she's very pretty too. And Oceans. And again, Oceans, your ass ain't low. You just was looking for somebody who was low key, who you could kind of pick on, so you could get your shit off, so you could stay on the show. Anyway, Oceans, something got said when they was at the all black party to Oceans by G Baby. And according to Oceans, G Baby can be very aggressive. G Baby was like, bitch, this ain't got nothing to do with what I said to you at the party. This got everything to do with I bought my own weed with me and I'm smoking my own shit, and your broke bum ass got mad because I ain't want to share my shit with you. So I became a target at that. Either way, bitch, you're not gonna bully me. So what's up? What's up, right? So they start going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then the fight jump off from there. Again, corny ass fight, stupid ass fight. While they trying to get their little scuffle on, I think Isis and Danny might have did a little 2.2 again. And then it was over from there. They was like, y'all break this up. Ocean's wig came off. You know, she popping shit. Oceans could go. Oceans could go. I just think at this point they want diversity on the show. So they keeping the white girl there. I don't got time for that. Anywho, they end up leaving, going downstairs, but before they go, Isis and Danny hug and kiss it out. And I'm with Chink. Chink said in her confessional, she was like, listen, these bitches don't know if they want to fight or fuck. That's the problem here. And I feel the same way. It might be some sexual tension. That's why y'all always scuffling. Either way, go on and do what y'all going to do. And the next thing, Joseline pulls up on T Love and they have a one-on-one. She's like, hey, girl, what you doing back at the cabaret? Now, I'm not going to lie. I don't remember when T Love was at the cabaret before, you know, so... I honestly can't say what if I remember why she left, but apparently she left. It sounds like she left because she couldn't dance. Something wasn't right with her, and because of Natural situation, it seems like Natural may have given an ultimatum, and that's what made both them leave. I thought this bullshit, right? Anywho, she was like, you know, T-Love was basically saying, like, you know, I got myself together, I got my life together, I'm doing what I got to do now, so I'm ready to come back and I'm ready to be good to you and I'm ready to join the cabaret. So she was like, all right, I ain't got no problem with you trying to come back and do what you do, and let's see how that works out. But before we get to do that, what's up with this you and Natural situation? So she was like, listen, she did some bullshit. She violated. She got violated. I have no issue with working with this young lady and being cordial with her, but I'm not going to apologize for what I did because, like I said, she violated and got violated. And that's it. And that's all, right? So Joseline was like, okay, well, I still think y'all need to have a conversation before we can move forward. She says, as a matter of fact, I'm sorry, you guys. She says, as a matter of fact, Joseline is she said, as a matter of fact, Natural is out there smoking. So let's go out there. Let's see if we can have a conversation. So she like, cool, I'm cool. If the whole cool, if she cool, I'm cool. If that whole cool, I'm cool, right? So Joseline take them out and she's like, hey, Natural. So what I did, like, cause you know what I think? I think I low-key got a love-hate relationship with Natural. You give me like recovering addict, but something about you in you says you might be a little nice. Anywho, as Joseline and T Love is coming towards Natural, she does say Joseline was like, hey, Natural. She was like, hey, Natural, hey, T. You know, so she did speak to her. So it seemed like, you know, she trying to be cordial and all of this and all of that. Anywho, when they got down there, Joseline is like, what's up? How are we going to resolve this? So, oh my God. They started going back and forth about what the real issue is. And next thing you know, the fight commenced. Listen, T, again, I do not deny that you're not again in formation. You're not to square up. You even will fight every single time and you want to talk crazy. I hear you, girl. But when you be getting into the fight, I don't be seeing you win, girl. I'm sorry. And it be a little disappointing because the way you be squaring up and shit and the way you be talking, you be making the motherfucker think you want to beat them down to the ground. I'm looking at T like, T, what the fuck is going on here? But I'm also a little confused about the situation, right? Because it seems like what it sounds like is, and again, because they both have two, like their stories are very opposite. I invited you to a booking and brought you around my family. This is T. And when you got around my family, you did some weird shit to my sister. We had to fuck you up. But on Natural's end, Natural end is like, yeah, no, you didn't invite me around your family. And then you started being weird with me. And then when you started being weird with me, that's how all that shit jumped off. Again, I couldn't really gauge what's the real story. I would probably have to hear more because every time they describe it, they both speaking from such different vantage points that I can't really piece together what I think happened. But anyway, they out there fighting. Boop, bop, bop, boop, bop, bop, boop, bop, bop, bop. I'm gonna say this: Natural would have one. Natural is out of shape. Natural ass is out of shape. Natural smoke. She don't look like she do a bit of working out. So it seemed like Natural is out of shape because I almost could guarantee you if Natural was in shape, she would have beat the shit out of T. T Love, I don't, again, I really respect the square up. I respect that you talk your shit, and I respect that you're not afraid to fight. But sugar, at some point, you're gonna have to get a victory, okay? And I'm telling you right now, if T Love was in shape, she would have dog walked your ass because she kind of low key won the fight. Even when you could tell she out of shape, she breathing heavy, she can't talk, so she's not in shape enough to really have a fight. And Natural, I'm a little disappointed in you because your ass know you was coming on the show with some young Thundercats. So because you was coming up here with some young Thundercats, bitch, you should have took your ass to the gym and said, let me get ready because I know I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do. You see motherfucking what's her name? DTB. Girl, DTB is over there training with Clarissa Shields. DTB is over there with Clarissa. She said, listen, I'm not going to get dog walked and Molly whopped on this reunion. I'm going to be prepared. So Natural, if T do get the upper hand on you, I ain't going to be mad because like she said, she went to the gym, she worked out. Now, what she needed to do was take some boxing lessons along with the actual cardio and weightlifting because that would have helped her, actually win the fight. But in any event, at least she did get the stamina up. Natural, you was breathing heavy like you about to have a fucking heart attack. And because of that, you moving slow and it was making T move fast. It's just that she wasn't landing the blows, but she was very, agile. Your ass looked like you was about to pass out. So you need to, I ain't saying you got to quit smoking, but you also need to maybe work out if you're going to be on a show like this. And I'm telling you, T, right now, I promise you, T Love, if Natural actually really start working out and you get a rematch, you're going to get dog walked and molly whopped, and that's a motherfucking promise. But in any event, that was it, ladies and gentlemen. That was episode 4, season 6, Joseline's Cabaret, California. And I'm not gonna lie, the girls did they thug this with this episode. I actually enjoyed it. I can't wait to see when because I think the choreographer is going to be there next episode. So I want to see how everybody going to be moving and grooving with the choreography. I can't wait to see everybody do dance moves, so on and so forth. For ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you tune in to Joseline's Cabaret. It's on the Zeus Network. The new episode comes on every Sunday. It is a cap haul, and Joseline is a cap haul. Okay, I love watching it because she is very entertaining and disrespectful. And I also think all of them need healing hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Lit at 6 and enjoy your evening. Happy Monday.